Oh, well, there's something you don't see every day. Sophie ejecting a pellet. That was glamorous. Welcome, everybody. Oh, it's us again. It's bright sun. Hey, Magpie. Oh, okay. Bird, what you doing? We're off already. We're off not being able to see what we're doing, or not being able to photograph it for more than a second. Yeah, I know, it's a really sunny day today. It's cold, but it's really sunny. Hey, bird! Look at you! Sophie. So yeah, in case you were wondering, magpies, well, you're probably never wondering this, but lots of birds, you know, you see like owl pellets and that kind of thing. Magpies do that too. Or at least Sophie does. Oh, come on, bird. I got the phone in there right. It feels really floppy today. Short span. Hey, bird. Bird, come talk to us. Come see. What you doing? No, I must admit, it was a shock when she first did it to us. We thought like, oh, is she okay? But no, it's just a little sort of pellet. Yeah, totally. But I mean, it's still on the side. If anyone's curious, you only have to ask. I mean, I assume not, but right. Hey, bird. So yeah, it looks like spring when you look out the window, but then you go outside and you realise that, oh no, it's still winter. What are you doing? Oh. What you got, bird? Oh. Sophie. Look. Oh. So yeah, it's coat and jumper. It's a coat and jumper coat. Ah, cheers. Your chance to see the palette has gone. She's flipped it somewhere. Oh no. She stood on it. Oh yeah, she spends a lot of time grooming. She spends a lot of time making herself beautiful. Bird. What do you think? What? What do you reckon, bird? Bird. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when she does do a pellet, it's mostly bits of cuttlefish, skin, little bits of seed, that kind of thing. So, yeah, but in the wild it would be carrion goo. What are you doing, bird? Are you going to sit still? That's a trick question, of course you're not. Hang on. Bird, what are you doing? Let's chase you around with a front-facing camera. Kevin. I was looking online for little things to knock down the wind noise on phone cameras, but they're all those weird sort of like little fluffy sock things. So it didn't look like that was going to be a go, unfortunately. Oh yeah, and obviously Little Miss Wonderful Plumage has pitched a bowl over, so you know I get to spend the rest of the afternoon picking out mealworms and gravel. Again. Hey bird. Very naughty when you do that. Sophie. Oh, a couple of mealworms there. Oh. Yeah, she seems to. The worst thing is you can be sitting in the bedroom or something like that, and you can hear like this bowl go. It's like, oh yeah, there we go. There goes the food. She'll pick most of it out of it, and then once it's just mealworms and a bit of suet, it's like, right, that's it, flip. Any bit of cuttlefish seems to be doing alright. Have a look. Have a look. Yeah, not bad. What do you think? No? Okay. Put it on here. Spoon. Yeah. There's spoon. There's spoon. Spoon. See, I went to a fast food restaurant. I went to that well-known sushi chain, and they've just got like a big tub of those spoons by the side of it. I always trip and fall and accidentally put all of them in my pocket. There you go. What's that? Who's that bird? They're doing a bunch of roadworks, like not a block because we don't really have blocks, but you know, on the main road that's like the far end of our road, they're doing a bunch of roadworks, and you can hear the diggers and things. So Sophie's not into that. I'm just gonna push this phone into the holder because it feels like it's jiggling, but it isn't. Huh. Oh wow, there it goes. Yeah. See, Sophie's used to it now. Oh, floor. So yeah, anyway, if we've got any new people watching this for the first time, welcome to BREECAST. This is a weekly thing Sophie and I do. It started off me just like leaving a camera here and talking, and it's blossomed into this weekly thing where people watch me struggling to film Sophie. Oh, I wish I'd have a coat on. Alright, mate. Hey, buddy. The world is jiggling. Brilliant. That's good to know. Although it was like this time last week, there was an earthquake during last week's BREECAST, and we didn't notice. Oh wow. Jackawawa dog? No, there's no oh wow, cool. Yeah, there was an earthquake like in the southern UK. I think it was 2:30 or something last Saturday, and Twitter was full of people just like, oh no, I feel the earth moving, this sort of stuff. I was doing this during that, and we didn't feel anything. Quite short-changed actually. Yeah, some of them. Some days she's into sitting around and talking to me, and some days she's like, I'm not talking to you. I've got stuff to pack. I've got food to biff. I've got balls to throw around. Yeah, something like that. It was it was, for us boring UK people, it was a reasonable earthquake. Jack Russell and Chihuahua. Oh, okay, fair dues. Probably tracking. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past it, yeah. Hey, bird. Oh, there's lovely. Oh, there you go. If only briefly, a nice shot of Sophie. What are you doing, Fluffy? What are you doing? Bird. What you got? What you doing? Woo. Bird. Woo. Bird. Bird. Woo. Sophie. Woo. Hey up. Drop your phone, Andy. Bird. 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 Oh, hi, Texas. bird. Yeah, some birds do have weird eyes, don't they? Like, some of them have got really like mean sort of eyes, but no, it's like little browny blue eyes. Aren't you? Hey? What have you got? Bird. Oh wow. More Texans, cool. What you reckon, bird? Or bird. Oh, cockatiel. Ace. Oh yeah, she's always got stuff to say. I'm entitled to her opinion. Sophie. What? Oh, it's a bird. Yeah, birds are weird, I know. Bird. Little gentle gronk there, just to check we're okay. Yeah, we are. Oh yeah, she does preen. She does preen me. So quite often you preen out the little sides of a bird and things. I'm trying to remember whether she ever knew me with long hair. I used to have really, really long hair. I'm trying to remember whether I had it at the same sort of time we had Sophie. What? What do you think, bird? What? God, I hope not. I'm a vegetarian. I hope there's no liver floating around in that. Oh man, the female accidentally brought so much liver. Like 3, maybe 4 times the amount of liver we actually normally use. It's just online ordering. You just sort of click it and, you know, put in the amount. No, ordering offal isn't really our strong point. So she's put raw meat up my nose a couple of times. That's a pretty interesting experience. But yes, we got this massive chunk of liver turned up, you know, and I cut up big chunks for Sophie and the crows. I did loads for the wild birds as well. Oh, bird. And yeah, we froze the rest of it because it's just massive. It's like 2, maybe 3 times the amount of liver we can possibly use in a single sitting. So she's got that. She's got some. What else have we got in the freezer for her? Rabbit's kidneys, I think it is, or something, like tiny little rabbit kidneys. And we had a thing where we tried to feed our cats like natural raw food, and the cats were just super not into it. We put this plate of like raw food down for them, and they were just like, I am not eating that crap. Just flat out refused to even look at it. So there's a whole bunch of like sachets of like this weird sort of like meaty paste that's just like smashed up goo and that kind of thing, that all of which the birds can eat. Working their way through it, and they don't seem to mind it. But the birds were, oh god, the cats were just completely like, I'm not eating that, whatever that is, I'm not eating it. Hey bird. So she's got a bunch of new biff stations coming actually. Got some new cardboard biff stations. I got a new abacus as well, which I'm going to probably put up tomorrow. Oh, look at that silhouette shot of the selfie stick there. Deep excitement. Yeah, we got a new abacus for her, which we'll put up later on. And yeah, funny enough, like toddlers' wooden toys tend not to be that sturdy, tend not to be that able to cope with being outside in the wind and rain and having birds pooed on them. Because yeah, this one's gone a bit, still works, but it's gone a bit green. So yeah, get rid of that. Hey bird. Yeah, look, Cambot. See, this is why we get the biff stations. That was a big one, bird. you can definitely tell that Sophie thinks it's springtime coming. Well, she actually came to us already knowing her name. The rescue that we got her from had already christened her Sophie. She knows that sound is her name. So, just like, oh, this is Sophie. Like, oh, hi, Sophie. The weird thing is, she quite likes just being called Bird as well. She's learnt that Bird is a name for her too. Hey, Bird, what you doing? As I was saying, I think Sophie thinks that it's getting towards spring already because she is already trying out. She's already sort of auditioning twigs and things for her nest. So I can quite see that within maybe, I don't know, March seems a bit early to put a nest out, but we might try. And I've seen wild birds coming and going with twigs and stuff. Okay, the pied wagtail is in the garden. Just see if I can get over to him without scaring him. Where'd you go? Just the other side of the bird bath. Oh damn, scared him. Nod. Yeah, the bonus pied wagtail then. She is pretty great, isn't she? Let's just... Bird, what you doing? What are you doing, Bird? What do you think? Woo! Oh, see, little glimmers of sexy dance here and there. I was expecting a bit more then. Weren't we? Hey? Expecting a little bit more of the sexy dance. No, unfortunately not. No, she's because she's an imprinted bird. She can't go outside. She can't. She mixes with wilds. They come to see her and stay with her and things. But unfortunately not. No, it's because she doesn't have any wild bird skills. She would just like sidle up to the first humans she saw and start pecking them or playing or shouting at them for food. And yeah, you can't release imprinted birds. But oh, super heart, thank you. Hey bird, look, it's you. It's alright, isn't it? Huh? Sophie. This is a funny angle, bird. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to kiss you. Fair enough. A number limit. We had a Twitter chum of Sophie's mentioned that she uses Feats Friday for artistic references, and so Sophie mentioned to her on Twitter that, you know, if she needs anything to let us know, and I'd find the pictures. And I jokingly made a comment about every picture I take with my phone ends up on my like cloud OneDrive thing, and I jokingly mentioned it was like 12 gig or something. When I came to look at it, it's every single picture I've ever taken with like 3 different iPhones and like an SLR and that kind of thing. But still, it was 310 gig, and the vast majority of like 95% of it is bird. It's Sophie. So just like, yeah, whatever you want. You want a magpie picture, you want a picture of a magpie standing in a particular way or something, so I can almost certainly sort that out. And I was just going to give her access to the OneDrive, because I can just grant anyone with an email address access to the OneDrive, but it's got like pictures of like our house and our cats and like my mum on it and that kind of thing, so it probably wouldn't have been if I'd have thought about it before. Well, the problem is, you see, she moves around so much, she moves around so quickly that for every picture she tweets, every picture that we end up using for her Twitter, I've probably taken 20-30 pictures that didn't come out, or weren't quite framed right, or, you know, or were a bit soft because she moved at the last moment, or that kind of thing. But she gets photographed a lot, I think most days I probably take probably a couple of 100 photographs a day of her. That's my coat bird. What do you think? This is nice. Bit of sun, warm feet. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, eh? Ah. That was a big one. So, yeah. She has all sorts of toys. When she's not on my hand, I'll give you a guided tour. She has like a bunch of. Some of her toys are biffing toys. Some of her toys are just like bits of wood that she gets frustrated. She's there to frustrate her, and she can biff on. That's not very funny. Like yeah, mostly Chill Magpie. So yeah, some of them are biffing toys. Some of them are carrying around toys. Like she's got a bunch of like little plastic things, like bits of Duplo and spoons and coffee stirrers from fast food restaurants, that kind of thing, that she can carry around with her. It's a wild somewhere, and she can carry around with and show off and that kind of thing, and she does loads. Ages ago, I bought a box of tongue depressors. She doesn't put the Duplos together, but if you put them together, she'll take them apart for you. I bought a box of tongue depressors from a like a doctor's supply shop on Amazon. They're the sort of like the little wooden things they use to push your tongue down when they ask you to say ah. And those are really great because you can just get them straight out of the box. You don't have to sand them or clean them or anything because they're designed to push down a human tongue. So you can just go, yeah, here you go, bird, sort those out. Wild. Talking to her. And then there's things like like the big cardboard biff station she was just standing on and that kind of thing, which is designed for her to like. Well, it's not designed. It's actually the cardboard inner that Dell monitors come in, but it's designed so I buy them so that she can buy them. I take them from my place of employ for her because they're fun to stand on. They're slightly rough under her feet. They've got lots of little crevices in she can hide food and things in, and they're just fun to peck. They're just fun to push her beak through. Yeah, she's got lots to say. She's chatting to a wild somewhere. I can't see where the wild is though. He sounds like he's over there somewhere, but that is a wild. What do you think? What do you reckon? Is it? Hey? In answer to the question that flew past a little while ago about the abacus, she doesn't do maths on the abacus, but when she first got it, I attached it to the wall over there, and she stood on it and biffed it a couple of times, and understood that it was the thing she could stand on and that kind of thing. But before I left that day, I jumbled up the colours. I run my hand through it and jiggled up all the beads and stuff. When we came back the next morning, all of the reds had been pushed to one side of the abacus and all the green ones had been pushed to the other side of the abacus and that kind of thing. So she doesn't do maths on it, but she does like it a certain way. Like quite often, if you jumble it up, when you come out the next day, it will be aligned and straight again. Bird, what do you think? Yeah, I was pretty freaked out when the first time I saw it. It was just like, that's weird. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that to happen. But then she quite often does little things like that you just like. You can't underestimate birds, corvids especially. Yeah, I would quite like to try a FaceTime call, actually. I think that would be cool. I would quite like to FaceTime another Magpie as well. I would quite like to try that. Yeah, I'm not sure what colours, how good their colour vision is, sort of thing. You know, she can definitely see reds, and she can definitely see blues, because my coat notwithstanding, she tends not to like big blue things. I have like a tarpaulin thing that I used in the garden like last year. I was like trimming a hedge and just pushed it all onto the tarpaulin. She honked herself absolutely hoarse at the tarpaulin. She just really hated it. It was a different sort of shade of blue. It was like a light blue, but she absolutely hated it. And that kind of thing. And like sometimes if you show her, I remember going to like the craft shop and buying a bunch of favourite colours, probably greens, I would have thought. Yeah, maybe just the blue things that she's seen she hasn't liked. She doesn't like plastic for some reason. She doesn't like, if you come out with like a carrier bag in your hand or something, you know, you're going to sort of like clean out the crows or something, you need like a plastic shopping bag. That's not cool. She will bark at that and that kind of thing. But I think that's more the noise they make than anything else. Yeah, tends to not be a big fan of blue things. If you give her like a red toy and a green toy and a blue toy, she'll always pick one of the other colours out of preference. To such an extent, I don't think she's got much in her way of... Yeah, she hasn't got any blue at the moment. Bones of her ancestors. Oh, that's... Yeah, I guess so. Keep forgetting it's dinosaur paste. But, what? Have you calmed down now? Hey? What do you think? Right. You just tripped over your own foot then. That wasn't very smooth at all, was it? It wasn't very smooth. You're supposed to be a professional broadcaster, bird. So yeah, anyway, toys, as I was saying. She's got like things like this, which is a wooden ball with a steel ring tied to it. We put that down here on one of her perches, and just so she can biff it. What else have we got? We've got yeah, might be magpie coloured things, like a little plastic spoon from a pot of yogurt I had once. It wasn't yogurt, it was some horrible vegan thing that was disgusting. But you know, it's vegan yogurt, so it's going to be in it. Rubber duck. We bought the rubber duck originally thinking it would just be a... Dirty. We bought the rubber duck originally thinking it would be like a funny picture of just like, ho ho, look, the bird's got a toy bird. Hey, that'll get me a picture I could tweet. She actually really likes the rubber duck. You know, it quite often crops up in places. You get things like Duplo rooster, because obviously cable reel there, look. Yeah, loads of people contact me about Australian magpies. They seem really aggro, actually, Australian magpies. They seem a lot more aggro than like European ones. Shape sorting thing. She definitely recognises toys. She definitely recognises toys. When you offer her something, you can see her sort of like, oh, what's this? You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, a doll having a doll for a human. Yeah, this is the only bit that remains of the shape sorting toy we bought her years and years ago. That was legitimately like you put the star-shaped thing in the star-shaped hole and the square-shaped thing in the square-shaped hole, and she could do that. She worked that out. You could watch her plonking the right shapes in the right holes. I might have to get another one of those actually, because that was pretty weird. Champagne cork. Champagne cork wasn't as big a popular thing as I thought. Plastic top from a poster tube. Stick. Spoon. Strip of loofah. The parcel strap you see her with quite often. Yeah, she has all sorts of things, and I cycle them in and out. When she gets bored of one, I'll sort of like quietly make it disappear and bring something else to the thing. Oh, there you are. What else have we got? What else is floating around in here at the moment? Oh, there's a little chrome hasp thing there. Look. This weird sort of like thing. This I sort of like I put over places like that. It's, you're not trying to annoy them, but it's annoyance adjacent, you know what I mean? It's stimulating through like changing her environment. And sometimes that looks like frustration to her, but it's not. It's just, oh, this is new. I'm gonna pick it. Hey bird, it's us again. Ruby's cute. Yeah. Try giving her my finances. Just give her my credit card statement. Oh, you're supposed to be clever. Sort that out. Yeah, behavioural enrichment. Yeah, definitely. And like, she likes meeting people as well. Well, to a certain extent, she likes meeting people. I've had like friends and colleagues coming over to take away some of the wood that we made with that tree chopped down. and maths assignments. Oh no, I don't think I'd have to help, and you don't want that. As my bank manager will tell you, you definitely don't want me doing anything to do with numbers. Yeah, we've had people coming around taking away firewood, and that's been interesting. Because like some of the people, she's like, oh yeah, you look cool. I'm gonna do a little song for you. And some of the people that have come around, you can tell that she just goes, nah, I'm not fussed with you. You know, yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. Got to get a nice shot of you getting some food then, bird. What's this? We're gutted at the moment, but one of the bowls of food she gets every day is wet kibble. Oh, see, there you go. More colours than we can. Blimey. Actual research, nicely done. Time for that. And yeah, as I was saying, one of the food bowls she gets. Fortunately, it's one of the food bowls that she can't tip over in a fit of pique. Has like wet cat kibble in it, and the people who make it, Perino, discontinued her favourite flavour. So we've had to sort of like, there's been a couple of weeks where I've driven around all of the different supermarkets trying to find the last remaining boxes of the flavour she likes. But it's all gone now, so she's having to get used to the flavour that's replaced it. But fortunately, she seems to not mind it, so. Yeah, we were a bit worried that she wouldn't. Okay, didn't want to play with that. So now you've got all up your beak again. Oh, you scruffy thing. Yeah, it's been really weird sort of driving around different supermarkets and pet shops and stuff. It's like, do you have any of the like the indoor go-kart, the green one? It's like, oh no, yeah, I know they discontinued, but do you have any more? You know, that kind of thing. It was go-kart green, like the green ribbon at the bottom, which was, I think, like is vegetables and turkey flavour or something, I think it was. And but fortunately, like, as I say, the flavour that they've replaced it with, it's not brightly coloured, but she doesn't seem to mind the new flavour. There were a couple of days when she didn't eat any of the kibble, but now she's worked out what coloured blobs are what flavour and that kind of thing, and she's down again. Bird. What's this? Tambourine solo. Yeah, we were worried for a little bit. We were like, oh. I ended up buying a whole bunch of boxes of different flavours and trying them, and like some of them were like super fishy, like because I pour hot water from the kettle onto them to what are you doing? To sort of like soften them up, and one of the flavours just was like overwhelmingly fishy. They're just like, bleh, I'm not giving her that. It just smells weird. I think she definitely missed it for a few days. She definitely missed it for a few days. You'd show her the bowl of kibble and she'd be like, oh, oh. You could see like disappointment in her face. The thing with Sophie as well is if she's displeased or disappointed with something, she has a way of communicating that to me, and it's really clear. it's really clear the way she does it. She'll hold the thing in her mouth, look you in the eye, and just go, and just let it fall out of her mouth whilst maintaining eye contact with you. Okay, so you don't like that? Okay. I don't think she does like fish. No, the few times we've tried her with like a bit of fish, she just flat out hasn't known what to make of it. That's a crap angle bird. Yeah, it's a really strong look when she does it. It's really sort of like, you can see in her face of just like, I have no idea what you were thinking about, but that was wrong. That was bad, and you should feel bad. What do you think, Bert? Sometimes you get it with toys. If you try out like a new style of toy, you can just tell that that toy is going to be no bueno. What do you think? I'm amazed this tambourine is actually still not in tune, but you know what I mean, able to function as a tambourine. Based on the amount of like raw meat and other gunge that gets tucked into it for later on, it's amazing it still works. I'm sorry. Let me clean your beak. You've got food up it. There you go. Yeah, I would actually quite like to see like a little bird puzzle thing. Oh, hi, Oscar. I mean, I assume everyone else can hear me okay, yeah? I don't think there's any... No, I don't think there's any settings on my end that would mute the microphone or something. Ooh. Oh, well, nice to see you, though. Yeah! I remember there used to be a TV programme here in the UK of... Oh, right, okay. I think the mute thing's if you're watching on a desktop computer, isn't it, or something? Cool, cheers all. Yeah, there was a programme here in the UK several years ago. They would set puzzles for squirrels and watch them, you know, they've got to like climb up this thing, jump over this little gap, then push that into there, and then climb over the chain and that kind of thing. And I would pay to watch that with birds. Wouldn't you? Would you do it? What do you think? No, don't know. Oh, it's coat's noisy, isn't it, bird? I'm sorry. Also, thank you for not pooing on my coat. It was one of the BBC's. It was like the BBC did like a nature documentary of like garden wildlife, and it was just like a 2-minute segment of this thing, and it was so popular. This was back before this was way before YouTube and all of that sort of stuff. It was like shown on the news. It's like 2-minute segment because they dubbed the Mission Impossible theme over it, which helped it sell, you know. And I think eventually there was like they made a TV program of it, like an hour's television program of them doing it. How's trained magpies? Not especially. I mean, you can ask them politely, but that's about it, I think. What? You hate this coat, don't you? Why do you hate my coat? Other than the fact it's blue. I wasn't thinking when I bought it. Wet metabolism. That might be the worst two words I've heard all day. Wet metabolism. It sounds like an awful euphemism, doesn't it? Yeah, sorry Billy couldn't come to school yesterday. He had a wet metabolism. Sophie. So in answer to someone's earlier question about does she ever sit still? Yeah, from time to time. When she's wrecking my coat, she does. This coat used to have like a pull thing to tighten the top of the hood up, but I had to take it off. I had to take it off for two reasons. I had to take it off, one, because Sophie kept nibbling the little plastic things at the bottom of it, but two, because the little plastic things at the bottom of it were exactly the same height as my earphones were when I would take them off and let them hang. And the number of times I tried to put the hard plastic nubbin things in my ears, eventually I just had to cut the bit of string out. Musical toys. I remember when she lived inside with us, showing her one of those children's toy pianos, and she worked out that she could biff the keys with the toy piano and it would make a noise. But we had to take it away. We had to take it away because she wouldn't stop biffing the keys of the piano. And see, the problem is though, yeah, I know what you mean, but I would be worried about the lining of these things. But because when you buy these sort of puffer jacket things, it took me ages to find one that wasn't full of feathers. It took me ages to find one that wasn't stuffed with down. And obviously I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with it being stuffed with feathers. So in the end I found this one that's full of synthetic, the stuff they fill duvets with, comforters, isn't it, in America, with. And yeah, because all of your North Face coats and that kind of thing, they're all just feathers, they're all just duck down, and I ain't having that. But see, now we stop standing still again. Bird. What do you think? Magpie. Bird. Oh yeah, buy a xylophone. That's a good idea. Get a little xylophone. Yeah, see if she'll peck out a xylophone. See if I can annoy the neighbours anymore. Because oh no, I'm not having wind chimes. I can't stand wind chimes. I have no wind chime. There's a band. There's the crows across the garden to us have befriended a couple of wild crows, which is ace. And we're really pleased that they've got chums now. And hey up, tripping over. And so they come to see them first thing in the morning, and they make a shocking amount of noise. Fair dues. They make a real. Oh, there you go. Poo cam. They make a shocking amount of noise when they turn up, though, fair dues. They make loads of sort of noises. And the idea of buying Sophie a drum kit or something might not be the best idea. What do you reckon, bird? That's a nice minute. What do you reckon, bird? Should we train you to read music? Yeah, so that's the abacus I was saying about. And she would, yeah. I sort of before I left, I just sort of did that with it. And yeah, she would push all of the colours to be grouped together when I came back. Crow feeding a mouse? I did not see that. I bet that's adorable. Fair dues. We've had instances of crows feeding themselves on mice in this garden, but haven't actually seen that. Sophie feeds us baby birds in the springtime. I think it was last year, the wild magpie chicks for this year would stand on a roof and do the little baby wing flap, and she would go and get food from her own bowls and put it into their beaks. No, she doesn't seem bothered at all, actually. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that when I get in, aren't I? She's not actually that bothered by the plane noise. No, there was in the early autumn last year. They did a bunch of super low passes of that massive Airbus thing, that A400M or whatever it's called, the big sort of troop carrier-y thing, and it passed overhead. No shit. about maybe 1,000 feet above the house. I could like see doors and things on the plane quite clearly, and like pots and pans in the kitchen were rattling. And they did a couple of like low passes because there's an airbase like 50 miles away, and that wasn't cool. Biggles and I did not get on that day, but most of the time, no, she's completely fine with the planes and things. And answer the question, yes, we do own the property. Yeah, we are. This is our house. Because yeah, we certainly couldn't get away with doing all of this stuff in the all of this stuff if we were renters. There's no way we'd get away with some of the shit we put. Yeah, when we first got her, for the first like 9 months or so, we got her in like November time, and so we didn't want to put her outside straight away because she was only a baby and she'd been raised indoors most of the time. And so she lived inside with us for 9 months or so, in our box room, in our like small little bedroom. And I built a little aviary in there for her and that kind of thing. So she would spend ages just staring out of the window at like confused postmen and that kind of thing. Just like, why is there a magpie up there? I don't, that kind of thing. And so yeah, she lived there for a while. She lived there for as long as it took me to build this. And then in the like the summertime, the following year, she moved in here, and she's been here since. It was pretty interesting because we've got cats as well, and that was a weird little thing. Sophie is 8. Sophie's 8 years old. Actually, she'll be coming up on 9 this year. So yeah. Her actual birthday is a mystery to us. We have no idea. We didn't get any paperwork from the rescue about when they think she was born, that kind of thing. Magpies in the wild can live 8, 10, 12 years quite easily. They tend to live longer in captivity. Not captivity, that's not the right word, but in this kind of thing, they tend to live longer because they're not eating like weak-old, gammy, dead squirrel and like getting into fights on a daily basis and that kind of thing. The oldest magpie on record was 22 when some sod shot her. So, happy days. But yeah, that. So, what was that? What did you just say? No? Okay. I know, bird. So yeah, she will stand still if she sees something to yell at. No idea what she's yelling at. Yeah, 22 must have been properly creaky. Fair dues, must have been. I mean, but then parrots and things can live like as long as humans. She definitely is. She definitely is in the prime. But then she gets like a very balanced diet. We go to great lengths to make sure she gets fed like the healthiest stuff. And yeah, she isn't flying miles and getting stuck into fights all the time. So yeah, she does great. I definitely know that there used to be a African grey that lived in a pet supply shop across town, and I think he was in his like late 70s when he died. So parrots can live for ages. See, now you've got the wilds on it now. All this honking and the wilds are answering. I know. Rupert. But what do you think? They are pretty cool, actually. I was never really a bird guy until I got to know one. You know what I mean? I never really... Yeah, African greys are lovely, fair dues. He was a beautiful little thing. What, little? He was huge. Pigeons are cool, actually. People rag on pigeons, like urban pigeons, but you can't underestimate them. They're just doves with bad PR. Hey, bird. Yeah, as I say, I was never a big bird guy until I, met one and got to know them. Live in cities, neat garbage. Yeah, it's true that, isn't it? That is very true. There was a thing a little while ago about, I think it was 1 or 2 pigeons that had worked out the London Underground and would get on at a particular stop and get off at a particular stop every day. It's just like, that's actually quite impressive. That's they've worked out trains, so let's not run them down. Oh, bless. Oh, so you're getting little glimmers of sexy dance all the time now. Yeah, there's a family of wood pigeons that live in these trees behind me here, and you can lie in bed and listen to them like hooing away at each other, having little pigeon chats. Oh, she'll be fine with the cold. She always is. It was, yeah. I remember reading something about it. They put them in like the tips of missiles, and they were like taught to peck where they wanted the missile to go or something, wasn't it? That's crazy action. Yeah, as I say, we're not so worried about the snow really, because she's been out in snow and things before, and when she's completely chill. BF Skinner, that's him, yeah. When it gets cold, she actually copes, because you got to remember that magpies are native to the UK, so it wouldn't be like leaving like an African grey or something outside in the cold, because they're not adapted for it. But no, Sophie be completely fine. Her bedroom, which you can't really see from this angle, but that like little door back there, the little door like 2/3 of the way up, leads to her bedroom, and that's insulated on the inside, so that will always be slightly warmer. And she'll just fluff herself up, sit on her feet, and be fine. It was super cold. Blankets and stuff. She does not have blankets and stuff now. She's already doing better than all of the wilds, and she has an insulated bedroom. So yeah. Oh, cheers. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. She has some pillow. She has a human hand on call whenever she wants. So it was yesterday. It was really cold, and when I came to leave for work, like her water bowls were still frozen, all that sort of thing. So I came in and did the water bowls and everything for them, and she just sat on my hand for like 10 minutes of just really determined, like, you are not going anywhere. You are now warming my bum before you go away. But it was a nice cuddle, so I'm like, oh yeah, all the time she'll call to me. The window, that window there is the kitchen window, and the sink looks out into the garden. So you'll be there like washing a mug up or something, and Sophie's got like a little sort of like weird like head bob thing that she does, and she'll do it until I return it, until I sort of go back at her, and then she just like flubs her wings and says, oh, he sees me, everything's fine, and then she'll just get on with doing bird stuff. Oh, bird, come on, stand still for a minute, mate. What's this? See, I got the selfie stick thinking I could get shots like this, but it's it is cute, fair dues. It is great when she recognises you. She just does a little head bob, and it's a magpie thing, because I've seen wilds doing it to themselves, and it's not just a thing that she does. It's a magpie thing. But the worst thing is as well, it's like, like, best pound I ever spent, best quid I ever spent. I find myself doing it to wild magpies, and that's confusing for them. Also, I must look a complete weirdo. The number of times I've been walking through a park or something, and find myself like bobbing at wild magpies and chipping away at them, and I swear blind people must walk past me. So, what's that weirdo doing? He thinks he's talking to birds. Aw, seabird. What do you think? Right. It is weird. It is weird living with a magpie, because there are some times where you find yourself sort of like surprised. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty much used to people thinking I'm a weirdo now. Sometimes I get like taken by surprise that I've not taken her for granted, but you just think, oh, I'm just going to go out and see Sophie and play with her for a bit, and then when she's sitting on your hand and singing you a little song, and you can't help but just go, oh, actually, I've got a thing that very few other people are going to have. I shouldn't underestimate it. I should not underestimate the relationship I have with this animal, and I don't. I try not to. Yeah, she pecks my nose, she poos on my head, and that kind of thing. But I do love the little thing. What are you doing, bird? It is weird. It is weird. Like when people see it for the first time, like when the tree surgeons came around a few weeks ago, whenever we have workmen over and that kind of thing. Yeah, they say it's good luck, isn't it? The guys came around, and like quite often when they see a magpie up close, it's obviously for the first time they've ever, properly up close at a few feet away from one. And it's always just like, oh wow, look at the colours, I had no idea they were so colourful, and that kind of thing. And people just completely take magpies for granted. Oh, just, corvids and birds in general. Because, someone tells you they've got like a African parrot or something. In your mind's eye, you've got it on tap, yeah? You've got in your mind, what is that? It's like some sort of like weird sort of, it might be coconut fibre or something, I think. She's just handed it to me. You say you've got some birds, like you say you have like budgies and that kind of thing. People have got an idea in their mind's eye what that looks like and what that relationship's going to be like. And you say, it's like, oh, I have a magpie I look after. They're like, what? What? Those horrible chattering things. Like, no, not those horrible chattering things. Oh, come on, girl. What are you doing now? Sit on the gravel. Oh, I should not have sat on the gravel. The gravel is slightly damp. That was not a good move. Hey, mate. Oh yeah, here in the UK and in places in Europe, they're birds of ill omen. It's only in like Korea that they're considered lucky. Here in the UK, there's a whole rhyme about the, one for sorrow, two for joy, and people are super superstitious about it. There's a whole thing about you have to salute and bow and spit and all sorts of things when you see a magpie. And yeah, there's all sorts of weirdness with magpies. I think she does. I think she does like me. Well, she wouldn't hang around with me if she didn't like me. Hey, what do you think? What's this? Ooh. Oh yes, sexy dance. What do you reckon? Saucy. Hello. What do you think? I've got a cold bum now. Hey? What's this? This is nice, isn't it? Even though I shouldn't have sat on the gravel. Hey, bird. Yeah, magpie tail is amazing, isn't it? It's just like the amount of colours that it was in there. Bird, what are you doing? See if we can move the camera a bit nearer. What do you think? Is that going to work? Oh yeah, there you go, see? Oh, kind of. No, there we go. Oh, I can stand up now. Which is, yeah, sitting on the gravel was Sitting on the gravel wasn't the best move in the world. Look at the weird trick angles we can do, bird. She's behind me now. There you go, there you are. Come on, come here. Oh. Good, now she's up and stand up. Loads of old man noises as I stand up. There we are. You spot the magpie, yeah. Again, you see, this is saying the especially in the countryside. Countryside people tend not to like magpies. They a lot of them get like trapped and shot and that kind of thing. It's just they get terrible PR. They get terrible PR. When all they're trying to do is just survive and, you know, do bird type stuff. Oh. Oh, well, thanks for coming. I'm sorry we made you stay up late. Sleep well. Thanks. Because I try to do these streams at sort of like a reasonable time for everybody. It seems like 2 p.m. here is like, you know, a suitable time for a whole bunch of different places. Oh, North Kakapo's are ace. Fair dues, they're so cool. I mean, it amazes me that, I think I was saying last week, of like how little hate Sophie gets online. I know I probably shouldn't say those sort of things out loud because we'll get loads. Yeah, that's part of the thing as well. It's if I do it any later, in like 3 weeks' time, it'd be easier for UK and Europe chums because the clocks will go forward, spring forward now, yeah. And the clocks go forward in a few weeks' time. So yeah, we'll get a little bit more time. 8 a.m. in Texas. Oh, that's serious. It's a bit early, isn't it? A little bit early. It's just the breakfast show, isn't it? Hey, bird. Oh, ta. What do you think? Yeah. There's a thing with magpies stealing jewellery here too. I think that's a very common thing of just like, oh, shiny, I am having that. Sophie's never really shown a preference for shiny things. She just likes things. She just likes seeing new things. Ooh. More wild. I can see the wild this time. In a neighbour's tree. Sophie can too, she's got one eye on him up there. What do you reckon? Silliest thing. She likes coins, but not banknotes. You show her a coin. You show her like a £1 coin, that kind of thing. The 1 and £2 coins here in the UK are bimetallic, a bit like the euro coins where they have like a gold bit and a silver bit, and those are super interesting to her. But like you show her like a £5 note, she's what am I supposed to do with that? It's just a sheet of paper. I'm not having any of that. She likes nearly. she's enjoyed pretty much everything I've shown her, really, because it's as I'm walking through town and walking through shops and that kind of thing. Yeah, she doesn't like the plastic ones at all. Just really strange. She just like, you offer it to her, she backs away from it if you try and show it her. Just, yeah, there's something in those plastic notes that she just doesn't like, which is fine, you know, because she doesn't always steal my money, but she has stolen money from me before. The worst ones is in the summer when you've got like a light pair of trousers on and you sit down and like 10 pence piece falls out of your pocket or something. You aren't getting that back. There's no way you're getting that back. A couple of years ago, she stole a pound from me, a pound coin, and she stole it out of my trousers while I was standing up. She like stood on my coat and stole this coin from my trouser pocket. And yeah, definitely. And I have never found that pound coin. That pound coin is gone. She's got it somewhere here. She stashed it. To this day, I've never found it. So I figured that's her money now. Yeah, I figured that's hers. She stole it fair and square, and she managed to hide it from me. So it's hers, and it's just, yeah. She can take care of her own money. She probably does a better job taking care of money than I do. What? Hey, mate. Bird. So yeah, I'm really glad we managed to stay on Periscope. We managed to stay with the Periscope system. Because now I've put this big network thing in. I see dog beard. Where you position your pet's mouth in front of yours? Oh, what, when you're looking up and like that bit of it becomes... Is that the thing you're talking about? Oh, she's going inside. Hey. I'm trying to flip the camera. There it says, double tap to flip cameras. That's what I'm trying to do. She's gone inside her little bedroom. Yeah, try a Magpie version. Yeah, this is Sophie's bedroom in here. Oh, what's Sophie's bedroom? Yes, if you ever wanted to know about what a Magpie bedroom looks like, this is it. 2 perches there. I trim the ivy back a little bit, but I also don't completely remove it, so it feels a bit more natural. My hands are so cold. Double tap to flip that camera thing isn't working. Yeah, the slatted wood in there is really good for hiding stuff, and like quite often when you come to clean them out, there's all sorts of like little bits of beef and that kind of thing there, so she can have like a little nighttime snack if she wakes up. Excuse the pooing. Yeah, so if there's like a nighttime snack when she wakes up, she's got something she can just pull out. She stashes quite a lot of food in that bedroom. But you know, stashing food near your bed, I can dig that. Just moving the push the thing back in a bit. Ooh. Hey bird. Did a lot of orbing today, old girl. Looks like it's cold. Oh blimey. I wish those builders would stop, or road repair thing would stop doing whatever it is that they're doing, because it's, don't have to make a noise. They've been at it for ages as well. Been at it since like 9 o'clock this morning. Bird. Woo. What? When we went to collect her from the rescue, they had moved her into a separate aviary by herself, because she wasn't being mean to the other birds in the aviary, but she didn't want them mix with them. She wasn't into mixing, purely because I think because she's an imprinted bird, she wasn't really down with other magpies in that close proximity, and so yeah, probably another one wouldn't be a... Yeah, she thinks she's a human. Yeah, definitely. Right. But then she gets loads of magpies coming to visit her. There's a family of magpies that live really close by in like a bunch of trees at the bottom of our garden, and they come to see her every morning. Every day there are magpies on the roof or on her little guest perches that I've made. Like, I show these quite often, but for anyone who's not seen them before, like quite a few of her perches extend out of the aviary and into the garden, sort of thing. So like wild magpies can sit on that bit of the perch, and she can sit here, and they just have like little magpie chills, which is great. It's really cool when you're in the kitchen and you can just hear them like in a way to each other. And I think that was one of the the tail's incredible, isn't it? Yeah, check that out. And yeah, it's so weird when you hear them talking, and but it's such a great feeling that we took a gamble on that, because at first we thought like we were worried that it might bring them a bit too close together and they might fight, but they don't fight. A couple of times there have been discussions, intra-magpie discussions, but that's mostly when Sophie's got a toy that they want, that kind of thing. But Sophie knows full well that she doesn't have to fight them and isn't into fighting them. She'll just jump down off whatever perch she's on and just stand in the middle of the aviary. She'll just stand on the floor like down here, and she knows that when she's done that, nothing can get to her. And she just like stands there, just like going, yeah, you want some? You front in? It's all kind of place. And it sends the wilds crazy, because they get really frustrated. But she just stands there playing with the toy they wanted. My hands are so cold and or dry that the tap to flip camera thing doesn't work. I have to sort of like bonk, 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 bonk it loads. So I'm sorry about that. I've been doing loads of rugged outdoor stuff. Been stacking logs. Yeah, Sophie is. She's not into fighting. Are you? You're not a fighter. Yeah, she just knows that she doesn't have to get into a fight. Fair dues. If you knew that you could easily stop an argument or a fight just by going somewhere, you'd go there, wouldn't you? Just be like, oh, I could get into a needless punch up, or I could just stand here for like 30 seconds and you'll go away. Come on, bird. There you go. Yeah, she saves so much energy, which she then wastes by hopping between perches and rendering herself unfilmable. What? You what, mate? Cool, right, let's have a look at the time, because we're going to have to feed her soon. It is 3:15 here in the UK. So I think what we'll do is we'll call it a BREECAST for today. Disco 2000 by road. That is an oddly specific question. I don't know. I have the ability to test that though. I'll find that out. So I got distracted there by an obscure, pulp-related question. Also, big up the pulp massive. So yeah, as I was saying, we'll call it a day for today. I've got to go and make some bird food now and see what's shaking in the kitchen. So thanks for coming, everybody. This is a really awkward position for me to sign off in. I hope I can do the camera thing. But thanks for coming. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers all. Bye for now.